All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Kamusta po tayong lahat? Teachers from the National Capital Region and Region 11. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. Now that we have read the policies, tried some exercises, particularly redesigning an existing lesson using the new lesson plan, we will be sharing some of your questions that you posted in Mentimeter a while ago through this Q&A session. So just a reminder to everyone, we have a strict timeline. So we aim to conclude this Q&A session at 3:45 p.m. so that we can wrap up by 4 p.m. All right? So now let me read some questions that you have posted through our Mentimeter. And this will be answered by our resource persons, Director Maggie and Chief Rosalie Wongon. All right, so for the meantime, flashed on your screen are the photos of the action shots of our teachers from NCR and Region 11. So nakita natin dito na busy magsagot ng mga worksheets ang ating mga teachers, and they are really collaborating so that they will be able to understand better our reform policies. So you can also see there some photos from Region 11, from the divisions of Davao de Oro, Davao Oriental, Tagum City, Mati City, Davao del Sur, and Vigo City. Okay, so congratulations and thank you for participating, our dear teachers from NCR and Region 11. So we move forward to our Q&A session. So please flash our Mentimeter. So again, the questions that you have posted through our Mentimeter will be answered by our resource persons. At nakita ko kanina parang most of the questions no na or in-encode nyo dun sa Mentimeter are on lesson planning. Okay? Okay, so for our first question, okay, let's sort the questions no based on themes. So sa mga hindi pa po nag-propose ng questions, you can still do so by going to menti.com and use the code 56362714, or you can also scan the QR code flashed on the screen. Ayan. So at this point, meron na tayong 2,000 questions, but please bear in mind that not all questions here will be answered. Okay, in the interest of time. Okay, all right. So for our first question, is it required to unpack the budget of work? Chief Rosalie can answer this question.
Hello, good afternoon once again. In unpacking of learning competencies indicated in the budget of work ba, Sir Denmark, ang tinatanong?
Yes, Chief. Can teachers unpack the budget of work?
Yes, definitely. Teachers can unpack the learning competencies indicated in the budget of work. Okay? Pag nakikita naman ninyo that the learning competency is too broad and that the learners really need to understand first some prerequisite skills which are prerequisite to the particular learning competency, then we have to unpack. Okay? May mga competencies doon na baka kailangan yung i-tackle in 1 or 2 days. And there are also learning competencies that can be done in 3 days. So the teacher really has that best professional judgment kung ano yung kaya ninyong, kung ano yung kayang ma-achieve ng bata based on a given schedule. You can always change that. You can always unpack the learning competency. Okay? Ang goal kasi natin dito ay ang pagkatuto ng bata. But it is also important to balance it with, meeting the desired number of learning competencies, balance it with the depth of understanding of the learners. Okay? So teachers pa rin talaga ang magde-decide. You have to remember po that the budget of work is just suggestive. Okay? But we are highly encouraging teachers to make use of it. Thank you, Sir Dan.
Thank you, Chief Rosalie. Very well said. Moving forward to our next question. Is lesson planning still required or mandatory to submit to our school heads or master teachers?
Yes po. Okay? Ang lesson plan po, alam naman natin na ito talaga yung guide ni teacher. Okay? Although we are veering away from the decade-long compliance practice or attitude. Kasi this time, nakita nyo naman po na wala na tayo nung DLP, wala rin tayo nung DLL. So kung ano man itong sinasuggest namin dito na framework, okay, yun na po yung gagamitin ninyo. Okay? So required pa rin po ang mga teachers. It is important that we have a guide in delivering our lessons inside the classroom. Okay?
Thank you, Chief. Another question here. What will happen to the school forms? Will central office release the new templates of SF9 and SF10?
Yung pong policy guidelines on classroom assessment, grading system, and awards and recognition, meron na po tayo doon na enclosure nitong mga SF forms pong ito. So yes.
Okay. Thank you, Chief Rosalie. Next question, how will you do the 3-term calendar for old curriculum of grade 12?
Ganun pa rin naman po kung ano talaga yung gagawin natin sa key stages 1, 2, and 3. Ganun din naman, okay? This is true to all key stages na yung 4-quarter structure, inayos lang po natin into 3 terms. So ganun, kung ano mangyayari sa key stages 2 and 3, ganun din naman sa key stages 4, where we are aligning all the subjects, all the competencies, we arrange it so well so that it is evenly and properly distributed, okay, along the 3-term structure.
Okay, so thank you, Chief. Another question about kindergarten. No? So will kindergarten teachers use also the new lesson plan template?
Actually, itong lesson plan template po natin, kung na-observe ninyo, gumamit lang tayo ng ilaw framework. Hindi ba? Yung I is for intention, yung L is for learning experience, A for assessment, and W for ways forward. So that's ilaw. Yung mga existing nating plans, katulad kanina, sabi ko, you can design or redesign a lesson plan doon sa self-facilitated activity. That means na meron na kayo nitong lesson plan na ito, okay? So, ilalapat nyo na lang siya doon sa bagong framework. Actually, we don't want to call it as a template, no? We will call it as a framework, no? Kasi the teacher actually is given that prerogative, shall I say that, is given the prerogative to design the lesson plan as long as you follow the ilaw framework. So kung ano man ang meron ngayon sa kindergarten or sa other key stages, pwede nyo na lang siyang ilapat doon sa bago nating framework. As long as it has the intention, it has the learning experience na kapaloob doon sa binigay natin kanina through the term flow. It has assessment and it has ways forward through the reflection of our learners.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Moving forward to the next question, still about lesson plan. Is the new lesson plan be done daily, weekly, per competencies? We don't have even a sample lesson plan. What was presented is just the format or the template.
Yes, actually napakarami na po nating lesson plans on the ground, no? Napakarami nyo na ring lesson plan na nagawa, mga fellow teachers. So hindi nyo kailangang baguhin actually, no? Ang sinasabi ko lang, as long as yung lesson plan nyo, may intention, may learning experience, may assessment, may ways forward, and it is aligned with the prescribed learning competencies, pwede nyo pong gamitin iyon, okay? And there is actually um no need for the DLL and the DLP, hindi na yon, okay? Actually, mas ano yun mas maraming components kung titingnan ninyo yung una nating yung DO42 natin. So the current lesson plan that we have for the new policy, it's actually more simplified. So hindi na I don't think you still need a prototype lesson plan for that, kasi kung mag-inventory tayo ng mga available lesson plans on the ground, napakarami na. So, ulitin ko, ilapat nyo lang yon doon sa ilaw framework natin. Okay? Sir Den.
All right. Thank you, Chief. So is there an official memo about the implementation of the changes in the grading system as well as the school forms?
Actually, hindi po memo ang ilalabas natin, fellow teachers. Ang ilalabas po natin ay yung policy on classroom assessment, grading system, and awards and recognition. That's one comprehensive policy po. So it's not just a memo that we are releasing. So we are hoping po na itong mga natitirang policy natin, alam niyo naman, nag-release na tayo ng 3-term school calendar. And I am really hoping, we are really hoping na nabasa niyo po itong 3-term school calendar. Sana po wag lang tayong mag-rely doon sa mga policy briefs, okay? It's also necessary that we understand as much as possible all the salient provisions of the 3-term school calendar para hindi po tayo, nakikwentuhan at nababasa lang natin kung saan mga platform. It's important really na makuha natin yung first-hand information doon sa ating DepEd website. So we are hoping po na itong ibang mga policies na diniscuss pa namin sa inyo ngayong araw ay ma-release na talaga namin in the coming days. Later on po sa ating synthesis, isi-share din po namin sa inyo kung ano pa yung mga pwede ninyong ma-access doon sa DepEd website at sa mga bagong link na isi-share din namin because we also prepared explainer videos po. Pero sa policy brief or briefers, meron din po kaming mga explainer videos na isi-share sa inyo. And then later on, siguro, mag-i-issue din kami ng mga short course para sa ating mga policy para mas lalong maintindihan pa po natin at ma-implement natin ng maayos sa ating mga classrooms.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. So next question, is the instructional block be on daily preparation or can it be prepared based on the number of days assigned to meet the competencies?
Yes, tama po yung una yung yung huli yung sinabi sa question ninyo na you just have to refer to our BAU and then we're not so strict whether you are doing it on a daily basis, twice a week or once a week. Okay? It's all up to you po depending upon the competency that needs to be covered, okay, for that particular day or week.
Okay. In this next question, Chief, I think we know the answer to this question regarding sa private schools. Will private schools eventually be required to follow the new DepEd policies, even if accredited by a private education group? At present kasi, it is just voluntary. Yung following or adhering to the DepEd policies is just voluntary.
Dito po sa 3-term school calendar na inisyu namin, naka-indicate po doon that for school year 2026 to 2027, considering po na it's the transition period, we are giving the prerogative to the private school to implement the 3-term school calendar or not. But for the succeeding school year po, 2027 to 2028, you are highly encouraged po talaga to implement the 3-term school calendar kasi parang, I don't know, pag nag-implement po yung mga public schools tapos yung private school hindi siya mag-i-implement, tinitingnan din po natin yung yung pagiging synchronized ng mga activities natin, yung entry po natin sa college, ng mga learners natin. So, mga policies naman po natin, lagi nating nilalagay that the private schools really are highly encouraged to implement these policies para align po tayo.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Question sa EIE, Education in Emergencies. Applicable po ba ito to all levels, grade levels?
Yes po, applicable po. And then we are also issuing po a dashboard, no? A memo indicating there that we have a dashboard for field implementers. Dito nyo rin po makikita na para guided kayo kung ano ba ang kailangan. Ito ba ay hinto? Dapat ba ay hinga, hinay, o hayo? Okay? So may dashboard po tayo na pwede kayong mag-refer doon in times of emergency.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Ito, Chief, may question dito regarding sa previous policy natin regarding Catch-up Friday. Is there still Catch-up Friday or something that's equivalent to that? Are we still going to have our everyday session with our students within 45 minutes?
Again, Sir Denmark, yung
First
Catch-up
question
Friday
is,
lang yung na-catch ko. Ulit pa Sir Denmark.
okay, so is there still Catch-up Friday or something that's equivalent to that?
Oh, yeah. Wala naman po tayong Catch-up Fridays na, no? Pero kung makikita ninyo doon sa policy natin, sa 3-term calendar, tapos dito sa i-release natin na succeeding calendar, policies katulad nung assessment, makita nyo po doon na meron tayong remediation under the ARAL program, okay? So, naka-indicate dun sa policy natin na yung remediation natin, pwede nating gawin after class hours during the instructional block. And there is also a certain number of days for the remediation through the ARAL program during the end of term block. Okay? Hence, yung Catch-up Fridays po, hindi na po natin na-mention siya dito sa ating mga policies. Okay?
Ito, Chief, next question regarding sa mga school celebrations. Do we still have monthly celebrations in the reform agenda of DepEd? Monthly celebrations like Reading Month, Values Month, Math and Science Month, etc. In what block daw to ilalagay?
Actually po, itong mga celebrations natin and observances, nandun din po ito sa policy guidelines natin ng 3-term school calendar. Ang nilagay po namin doon that these celebrations, in order to really protect the instructional block, ini-encourage na lang po namin yung mga schools to have these celebrations and observances integrated into the classroom teaching and learning. Baka po pwedeng classroom activities na lamang po ito and that the teacher na lang has to explain the significance of the celebration. So sa classroom na lang po. Kasi kung school-wide pa ito or division-wide ang mga events, definitely po magkakaroon na naman tayo ng disruption sa instructional block. Pero meron po tayong mga co-curricular and extracurricular activities that we can still do. At in fact, we have allotted a certain number of days po para sa ating co-curricular and extracurricular activities doon po sa end of term block. Okay?
Okay, Chief. So next question still about 3-term school calendar. No, with the shift to a 3-term school calendar, how will our quarterly grading periods be adjusted to make sure we have enough time for all the lessons?
Again, so we're going back po doon sa BAW. Okay? Doon po sa BAW, we arrange na po the learning competencies there para swak na po siya sa 3-term calendar natin. Okay? Ano pa din yung sinagot niya, quarterly grading periods,
yes,
enough time.
Yeah, for all the lessons.
Yes, yes. Okay. So we in fact po longer ang ating we believe that we have longer teaching and learning time through the 3-term school calendar. Kasi po kung makikita ninyo yung mga dati na minsan may klase pa sa usually pagpatapos na yung school year, may klase pa and then si teacher nagko-compute na ng grades o kaya nagre-read na ng mga forms, may klase pa, pero nagkakandak na nitong mga extracurricular and co-curricular activities. So in short, walang focus sa teaching learning. Ito po yung mga gusto nating maiwasan. Okay? Kaya po nilagay na natin siya doon sa end of term block just to make sure that we have enough time for all our lessons, okay, during the instructional block. Okay?
Okay.
At masabi ko rin din, no, siguro wala dito sa mga questions ngayon, pero gusto ko ring isama yung doon sa assessment natin that it is also important to take note, fellow teachers, no, that in every instructional block, meron po tayong summative assessment after 15 days. So on the 16th day, magbibigay tayo ng summative assessment and another 15 days. On the 32nd day, another summative assessment. Ito mga summative assessment na sinasabi ko dito, ito po yung parang mga unit test or chapter test na ibinibigay natin. Okay? Pero during the last week of the instructional block, meron tayong tinatawag na term examination. Okay? So dito sa term examination, yung mga competencies or lessons na hindi na-cover doon sa dalawang naunang summative test, yun ang ilalagay po natin doon sa term examination. However, pwede pa rin po nating idagdag yung mga questions related to least mastered competencies. Although they were already covered in the first 2 summative assessments, pag nakita natin na hindi pa talaga siya na-master ng bata, then isasama natin siya sa term examination, yung mga least mastered, okay? And siguro yung mga critical content din, no? Isasama din natin siya sa term examination na hindi na-cover nung nasa 32nd day na summative assessment. So 16th day, 32nd day, and then term examination at the end of the during the last week of the instructional block before we have the end of term block.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Ito, another question regarding sa end of term block and instructional block. For the extracurricular activities daw and co-curricular activities, specifically yung mga clubs and orgs, are we still allowed to conduct these mandated activities during the instructional block?
We highly discourage po talaga, okay, that we conduct co-curricular and extracurricular activities during the instructional block. Baka po yung sagot ko kanina na yung protected yung instructional time para adequate yung delivery ng lessons, makontradict pagka sinabi ko sa inyong pwede siya sa instructional block. Doon po talaga siya sa end of term block. In fact po, doon sa DO9 series of 2026, ito po yung 3-term school calendar, may mga sample na po kami doon and there are designated days for co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Kasama na po doon yung mga clubs and organizations.
Okay. So next question, Chief, is the type of lesson plan necessary? Will semi-detailed format accepted?
Actually, it's all up to you, our dear teachers. Although sinasabi ko na wala na tayo yung DLP, wala na tayo yung DLL, ngayon, ang titingnan nyo lang talaga, as long as you subscribe, you follow the ELAW framework, ulitin ko, intention, of course, that is anchored to the content standard, performance standards, and of course, the learning competencies. Learning experience, yung flow kanina, nandun sa lesson plan guide natin or framework, assessment ways forward. Basta po, pasok doon, sa mga parts na yon ang inyong lesson plan, then that's it, okay? It may be an outline, it may be more elaborate, as long as it is fully understood by yourself, being the one who's going to execute the lesson, as long as it does not confuse you. Kasi sa'yo lang naman yun, guide mo rin naman talaga yun, okay? And of course, it is also important na habang bago itong framework na ito, although sabi ko nga, bago yung framework pero nandun na siya sa mga old lesson plans na ginagawa natin, it is still important that we collaborate with our fellow teachers. Ito siguro yung medyo bago ngayon, no, na ang gusto namin, hindi na masyadong competitive ang mga teachers pagdating sa paggawa ng lesson plan. Ang gusto namin, maging collaborative po ang paggawa ng lesson plan. Okay? If you are teaching the same grade level, the same learning area, then perhaps a small group of teachers can work together to prepare the lesson plan. Para itong lesson plan na to, ang siya niyong i-implement sa inyong classroom. Hindi kailangang highly individualized ang lesson plan. Okay? Tulong-tulong po. In fact, we are also encouraging you na yung learning action cell natin, iwasan na po sana natin na parang in-set format yung learning action cell. This time, mas gusto natin, mas action-oriented yung ating learning action cell. Ibig sabihin, meron kakalabasan na output, and that could be the lesson plan. Okay? At isa pa, in terms of lesson planning, gusto nating i-strengthen yung instructional supervision, technical assistance from our instructional leaders. Okay? Kasi po, alam nyo naman, nauna na naming in-orient yung inyong mga school heads. Okay? Alam na rin po ito ng ating mga supervisors. So definitely, they are in the best position to provide technical assistance in terms of lesson planning. Okay? So please do not hesitate then to seek the help of your school heads, of your master teachers, para smooth po ang implementation at synchronized po tayong lahat.
Alright. Thank you, Chief. Question lang, Chief, regarding the in-service training. Yung mga bata po ba wala na sa school kapag may in-service training ng mga teachers?
Yes po, wala na po sa schools pag may in-service training po ang teachers. Again, doon sa 3-term school calendar, kung basahin niyo po iyon na maigi, makikita niyo po doon na merong allotted na 2 days per end of term block. Pero dun lang yan sa after the term 1, na end of term block, and after the term 2. Okay? Merong tig 2 days doon na inset. Okay? So, ibig sabihin 16 hours. So, sa 2 days na yon wala nang, so if I remember it right, nasa days 7 and 8 yon. Okay? In-service training na yun ng teacher. So, sa days 7 and 8 ng instructional, ng end of term block, si learner naka-wellness break na siya. Okay? And then, on days 9 and 10, si teacher naman, naka-wellness break na. That's right after the 2-day in-service training. Kaya, si bata, magkakaroon siya ng 4-day wellness break. Okay? Yung 2 days na naki-inset si teacher at yung 2 days na naka-wellness break si teacher. Makakasabay na nila yung bata doon. So, 4 days ang in-service, ang wellness break. Now, common question. Yung ano daw ba, yung wellness break, wellness leave ng mga teachers, ito na daw ba yung wellness leave?
Okay.
Definitely hindi po ito yon. Okay? Iba po yung wellness leave ninyo na pwede nyong i-file on your own. Okay? Itong wellness break po is different from your wellness leave.
Follow-up question, Chief, no? Kapag wellness break daw ba yung mga teachers, sila ba'y nasa school pa rin or nasa bahay na?
Dapat po nasa bahay na po kayo. Kasi kung nasa school pa kayo, baka hindi na po siya wellness para sa inyo, dear teachers, no? So, yes, nasa bahay na po kayo. Unless you feel well pag nasa school kayo, so siguro pwede yun. Pero Yeah, we are not supposed to give you tasks na during your wellness break at home.
Alright. Ito, Chief, question regarding time allotment. Ano daw po ang susunding time allotment for learning area ngayong school year 2026-2027?
Yung DO12 po, in effect pa rin po siya. Okay? In effect pa yung DO12. Okay? So we follow that. 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes in case na 4 days po yung ating learning area. Now, pwede namang 1 hour in case na 4 days. So yung 45, 50, 55 in case na 5 days. Yung 1 hour in case na 4 days po ang inyong nasa class program. At yun po ang naka-attach dun sa 3-term calendar. But I am saying, in effect pa rin po yung DO12. So please, mag-refresh din po tayo, fellow teachers, no, para ready pa rin, prepared talaga tayo for the coming school year. Balikan natin yung mga policies na hindi naman na-repeal or hindi naman na-rescind nitong mga ini-issue namin na policies. Okay? Thank you po.
Thank you, Chief, for responding to these questions. Regarding, Chief, sa special needs education program, ano daw ang susunding curriculum guide? Saan daw kukuha ng budget of work, lesson plan, and school forms?
Sa special, yun pa rin naman, for special needs education, hindi po ba? Yun pa rin naman po ang curriculum nila. Kung ano po ang curriculum ng K-12, yun din naman po ang sinusunod natin for special needs education. We just offer the reasonable accommodation, modification, and adaptation for our learners with disabilities. Okay?
And this is based dun sa kanilang IEP, right, Chief?
Yes,
Alright.
correct. And remember, also for our teachers handling learners with disabilities, we are also going to revisit and review and probably revise the DO44, no, governing the implementation of the special needs education program, para nang mas simplify din po natin yung individualized education plan which is used for our learners with disabilities. Thank you, Sir Den.
Right? Yung next question, Chief, it's about capacity building ng ating mga teachers. No? Will there be enough training sessions and ongoing support available throughout the school year to help teachers adjust and improve the application or the implementation of these reform policies?
Yes, yes. Syempre, we abide by the 32-day in-service training for teachers. Tapos nandyan pa rin naman po yung ating mga learning action cells na we hope meron na kayong mga nagkakaroon kayo ng needs assessment, no? Para alam natin kung ano talaga yung mga topics na kailangan i-discuss during your learning action cell, kung hindi man gumagawa kayo ng lesson plan during that time, or during your in-service trainings.
Alright. Ayan, ito, Chief, I think masasagot to. Anong gagawin ng mga students o ng mga learners natin during the end of term block, given na may mga tasks na gagawin yung mga teachers?
Again, doon po sa ating policy on the 3-term school calendar, meron kami doon na reflective tasks for our learners. We highly encourage talaga that, you know, our learners continue to refresh themselves doon sa mga natutunan nila during the school year so that they will be helped, no, para makapaghanda sila for the coming school year. Ang sabi namin doon, if learners can have reflective tasks, okay, pwede silang bigyan ni teacher ng mga guide questions, ng prompts that they can work on just to see how they feel about the past school year. Okay, makita rin natin, you know, na-internalize ba ng mga bata yung mga natutunan nila nung mga nakaraang taon? Hindi naman ito assessment, okay? Pero parang reflection to on the part of the learners, okay? That they think, they reflect about their learning during the past school year. So we really highly encourage teachers na ibigay yung mga ganitong reflective tasks sa mga learners by giving them some guide questions or prompts that the learners can work on.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Ito, Chief, specific guidelines daw provided. Magbibigay daw po ba yung Bureau of Learner, BLSS natin ng specific guidelines regarding dun sa Nutrition Month and other learner support guidelines?
Although po, na-mention na po namin, naka-calendar na yung ibang learner support services, okay, or na supposed to be magagaling sa BLSS. Nandun na calendar na po namin. Meron pa rin naman pong policy guidelines na i-issue yung Bureau of Learner Support Services for the other celebrations ba, Sir Den, yung tinatanong nila?
Yes,
Or
Chief. Yung mga
other
monthly celebrations.
activities, monthly celebrations. Yes, yes. Explicit po yun doon sa ating DO9 2026 that they will issue that. Okay? But again, we have to bear in mind po na minimal disruption talaga, if not completely protected yung instructional time. Itong minimal disruption na ito po, nire-refer po namin halimbawa, yung vaccination, hindi ba? Nakalagay po kasi ito doon sa opening block natin, yung mandatory health assessment, gagawin natin. Pero minsan, during the school year, may mga dumadating na vaccines para sa ating mga bata. So we really highly encourage the school to come up with a mechanism kung paanong pupunta sa clinic yung bata, receive yung kanilang vaccine in a way na hindi talaga siya magdudulot ng disruption sa klase. Okay? May nagtanong din po about feeding program. So again, yes, that's part of the part of these activities that we really give premium, pero we want it na meron lang talaga, na minimal disruption lang talaga siya. Kasi we really want to protect the instructional time. Ang focus po natin dito talaga ay teaching and learning. Kaya nga, ang sabi namin, yung lesson planning, hindi na siya ganun kadaming components. Ang importante talaga sa atin, yung delivery ng teacher sa loob ng classroom. Although, kailangan pa rin naman talaga niya ng guide, such as this lesson plan with the ELAW framework.
Okay. Chief, question regarding the opening block. Magtuturo daw po ba yung mga teachers natin during the first week, yung June 8 to 11? So mag-start na raw po ba sila magturo?
Actually, sa opening block po, kung tiningnan nyo yung ating policy guidelines on the three-term school calendar, nakalagay po doon kung ano talaga yung mga usually na ginagawa ng teacher, di ba? Okay. Minsan noon, naalala nyo, pag start na ng school year, dapat magturo na. Pero in reality, ang nangyayari talaga, marami pa tayong preparations para yung mga susunod na weeks, yung mga susunod na buwan, smooth na yon pag nagawa na natin lahat sa opening block, no? Kaya nga sa opening block, kung makita nyo, nandun yung orientation of parents, nandun yung beginning of school year assessment, nandun yung mandatory health assessment, preparation ng mga school forms, okay, establishing routines, okay, nandun din. So, we really do not expect teachers to be able to teach the lesson na talaga, okay, doon sa opening block. Kasi for this school year, 2026 to 2027, makita ninyo parang 8 days lang ba yun? 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 8 days lang yun na doon sa opening block natin. At may mga naka-enumerate na tayong activities for that. Kung matapos po ninyo kaagad itong mga suggested activities natin doon sa opening block, then well and good. You may start teaching, but I doubt it po kung matatapos ninyo kaagad. So, para talagang ready kayo, siguro the following week, you start na with your lesson. Gusto namin ma-prepare muna kayo, ma-prepare yung learners doon sa opening block. Pero of course, kailangan ng lesson plan na doon. Kahit ano naman yung ginagawa natin sa loob ng classroom, maging health assessment man yan, establishing routines man yan, importante na meron tayong guide. Okay? Sir Den?
Here's another question from our teachers. How many performance tasks po ang gagawin aside from the summative test and term examination?
Nakalagay sa 3-term school calendar, how many, parang kung nare-recall ko siya, minimum of 2 and maximum of 3. You may validate that po. Kindly check. Oh no, not the 3-term calendar. Nasa draft policy guidelines po ng classroom assessment. Okay? If I remember it right, for written work, para siyang minimum of 2 and maximum of 5. Pagdating naman sa performance task, if I remember it right, minimum of 2 and maximum of 3. Okay? But anyway po, don't you worry. Maglalabas, nakalagay, very explicit po ang tungkol sa number of performance tasks doon sa ating policy guidelines on classroom assessment, grading system, and awards and recognition. Doon po yan.
Okay. Tip yung mostly yung mga questions na
Parang
regarding
paulit-ulit na lang din yung questions, no? Do you
more
have
on
common
lesson plan,
questions? Yeah.
pre-term.
Okay. Sir, then, mag-remind lang ako, no? Meron tayong link din yata na ibibigay later on where teachers can key in their questions din, no? Para siguro we will issue then, or meron tayong frequently asked questions and we provide responses to those frequently asked questions. Baka pwede nating isama na lang din doon sa package natin. Okay?
Chip, meron ditong question. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Chip.
Sure, Sir Den.
May question dito no, na ni-raise isang teacher kasi yung worried siguro siya yung sa conduct ng ating mga national level activities like National Festival of Talents, National Schools Press Conference, yung palarong pabansa. Saan na daw po yun ikakandak? I think we know very well the answer to this question, no, Chief, no?
Yeah, sa ano naman siya? End of school year, right? Di ba sa ano naman, hindi, meron tayong, yeah, yung mga national level, doon siya sa end of school year. Hindi naman, hindi naman natin actually papayagan na affected yung ating instructional block. Napakahaba kasi nung time na ginugugol din talaga natin, like few days for National Festival of Talents, few days for National Schools Press Conference, and then palarong pambansa. So doon yan sa end of school year break. Okay?
Chief, ito na question, yung sa mga teachers daw, di ba, nagko-coach sila, for example, yung journalism, yung sa sports, pwede daw ba nilang gawin yun after the class?
Well, if that is allowed by the school, including the parents of the learners, it's the prerogative of the school, as long as it's approved by the school head, the school's division superintendent also should approve that, okay? It's an internal arrangement, okay? And syempre during elective classes naman, baka pwede rin doon na mag-extend or magamit ang certain portion of the time for the training, okay? But yes, wala naman, silent naman tayo when it comes to that kasi alam natin na kailangan dyan yung approval ng school head at yung consent ng parents ng learners and the willingness of the teacher to do that.
Mas ang in-ensure lang natin, Chip, no, hindi ma-disrupt yung klase, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Kasi pwede kasi nagko-coach si teacher pero yung the rest of the class hindi natututukan ng subject area concern. Subject teacher concern.
Yes. Oo. That is what we do not want to happen. Kasi kung the rest of the class, like meron kang 45 learners in one class or 40 learners, tapos dalawa lang yung kino-coach mo, iiwan mo yung 38, please let us not do that. Okay, Sir Den?
All right, so 1 minute, Chief, and we are done with our Q&A. So can you still accommodate 1 to 2 more questions?
Just one.
One question. Okay, sige, hanap tayo, Chief, no? More on question kasi nila, more on 3-term talaga eh. And then, lesson plan. Paano daw, Chip, yung mga lesson exemplars na meron ng mga schools? Can they still be used?
Please. Okay. Yeah. Please continue using the lesson exemplars po. Okay? definitely po magagamit natin yan kasi hindi naman po natin pinalitan yung ating mga learning competencies. In-arrange lang natin siya for the 3-term structure. Okay? So, yung pa rin naman po, again, ilapat lang po natin siya sa ilaw framework. Okay, Sir Den?
All right, so that ends our Q&A session. Thank you so much, Chief Rosalie. So thank you so much to our NCR and Region 11 teachers for sharing your reflections and questions. Again, thank you to Chief Rosalie for responding to these questions. We hope to have shed light on some issues or concerns on the forthcoming implementation of DepEd learning systems reform policies. For some questions that still remain unanswered, dear teachers, please do not worry because DepEd will be releasing a compiled frequently asked questions or FAQs once we have finalized and consolidated all your questions. So at this juncture, to wrap up our session through a synthesis, may I call on again our Chief Education Program Specialist from the Bureau of Learning Delivery Student Inclusion Division, Chief Rosalie. The virtual floor is again yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Den. And I just want to thank our fellow teachers for staying connected, for staying with us until this time. We started at 9 a.m. and you're still here, very active. Maraming salamat po. We were able to discuss 6 policies or 7 policies. These policies presented cover structure and time, improve teaching methods. We really hope that we will continue improving teaching methods with all these policies. We will make better evidence and pathways for our learners, and of course, ensure learning continuity and access. So these policies po are envisioned to protect the conditions for real learning to happen. Okay? And of course, in our next slide, please, I would like to show to our fellow teachers our general strategy for orientation. So this one is, of course, an online orientation session. We also have, for the information of everyone, face-to-face orientation session where we gather school heads or teachers ranging from 100 to 4,000 in a convention center or in a gymnasium. Ganun po kami kasigasig na malaman ng ating mga field implementers atong nilalaman ng mga policy na ito. At definitely, nire-reinforce po namin ang aming mga orientation through self-paced materials. We invite you to visit the official DepEd website where you can view videos, where you can download kits, okay? That will be very important as we begin another school year, okay? And of course, this is where you can get the information. Learning System Guide for teachers and school heads. Nandito po sa ating QR code. Please feel free to scan it. Okay? And of course, we also encourage everyone to communicate with your school heads and your supervisors for more contextualized information. Syempre po, they are the instructional leaders. They can provide you the much needed technical assistance other than what we are giving to you po. Okay? And if you still have further concerns, questions, meron po tayong official email. If the question concerns the Bureau of Learning Delivery, please check with bld.od@deped.gov.ph. If it concerns the Bureau of Curriculum Development, please check with bcd.od@deped.gov.ph for your clarifications. Okay? So, at this juncture, my fellow teachers, we would like to, ano pa ba ito? The learning guide, the guide to learning systems update. Yes, please. Sa DepEd website po, we have the guide. May mga briefers, nakita nyo na po yun kanina. Yung mga hindi pa po nakapag-open yan, please, we are teachers. We need to constantly visit the DepEd website. Okay? Just click programs and then click LS updates. We also have prepared, ito, fresh pa ito, no? The videos, explainer videos in relation to the learning system policy guides. These are also accessible under Guide to LS Updates. Okay? Nandito po ang ating link to the video explainer sa ating mga policies. Okay? And of course, maraming salamat once again. Pero before I finally end this, we would like to share with you a video message from Secretary Sunny Angara.
Hello po. I'd like to greet all of our teachers and of course our learning system strat led by Yusek Melo Rashon, Asik Turo, as engineer, and to all those participating teachers, magandang araw po. I'd like to congratulate you and thank you for your very hands-on approach in these reforms that we are pushing. DepEd, there are several. Some are curricular, some are scheduling reforms, but definitely they all work together para mas maganda po yung learning outcomes natin. At syempre, sinasaalang-alang din po natin yung teachers' welfare, which is very important for us. So, hope you can really learn a lot from these sessions and take them to market so that we can apply them in the field. But again, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you so much to our dear Secretary. Now, may we request our participants po to evaluate today's orientation. Meron po tayo ditong evaluation form link. Kindly just scan the QR code. We need your evaluation para meron tayong continuous improvement, okay? In terms of the things that we are doing here at DepEd. Okay, you need this para po maka-generate kayo ng Certificate of Attendance. Okay? So, pakiscan na po yan lahat ng ating mga fellow teachers na nasa iba't ibang viewing stations. Please do not forget to evaluate today's orientation. Okay? So, I am hoping na lahat na po ay nakapag-scan nitong ating QR code. Okay? And of course, at this juncture, I'd like to present to you the last slide na yata para sa ating orientation. Now here, sabi dito, let's work together in cultivating a system that is more aligned, more coherent, and more focused on learning. You know, fellow teachers, hindi po magiging perfect ang implementation. But if we work together, we get to cultivate a system that is more aligned, more coherent, and more focused on learning. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at magandang hapon.
Thank you so much
Thank
and
you so much.
congratulations.
Thank you so much for joining us. Maraming salamat.